Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. Today, we'll be discussing some pretty emotional topics that a select group of listeners may have difficulty hearing. It would be in your best interest, if you're a soft-ass little punk bitch, that you turn off this podcast right now. Neither Tommy or I would like your feelings to experience even a slight ow. We're going to take a story and give you our long, drawn-out, slow take. If hearing someone's words may hurt you, change shows, you fucking snowflake. We're going to blast you with some shocking three-finger news and tap no brakes. And we're going to keep it 100% raw and real. You won't like it if you're so fake. How fake is so fake? Does your blood boil when you hear an opposing take on a hot political or adjacent topic? Are you going to be offended when an opinion is backed up with literal evidence or basic logic? If so, you should throw on your dancing shoes and waltz your soft ass off this dance floor. Simply hiding your balls is not what they make pants for. We're going to freestyle with little to no research in what's basically an insanity spree. So get the fuck out, you little commie bastard, because this is the land of the free. Weighing in with me on all of these topics, of course, the one and only Tommy fucking Washington. Tommy, what's been up, man? How are you?
I know gots, you gots, we ship from your spots. That's what's up, bro.
Nice. Classic.
Pat, I don't know if we're gonna fuck somebody or without a rubber or what the fuck we're gonna talk about on this show, but the decent intro there.
Hey, thanks, man.
Just a reminder for everybody out there listening, this podcast is brought to you by Number 9. It is brought to you by Number 9 Media, but it is also brought to you by
free ads, am I right?
Second Armament Apparel Company. Go over to secondarmament.com, order you a nice, beautiful shirt, comfortable shirt, and use code Number 9ers at checkout to get 10% off. Pat's video is currently freezing the fuck up, and this is why we were late starting the show, because Pat's computer had a fucking meltdown. That actually came through all right, so hopefully we'll keep it moving.
I see it fine. I do have wicked feedback. I can hear myself every word, and reading when you can hear yourself is nearly impossible.
I don't know why you have feedback, bro, because...
Me neither.
We changed everything around. It worked fine on the last show. I really think it's either a PC issue or an internet issue on your end. It could be a little bit of both. Pat, let's dive right into it, man. You want to get right in? We got a couple pieces of mail, or we got one piece of mail, and then we got all kinds of memes and stuff to do.
Before we do, I'd just like to point out for my fellow cheapskates, when you order something from Second Armament, it comes with free stickers. Now, I know for normal folks that may not sound like much, but I fucking love stickers. I put them on the windows of my truck. It looks beautiful. They're nice-ass stickers. Our boy Nick over there makes amazing designs on his shirts and his stickers. Just throwing that out there. I love free shit. I love stickers. Free stickers. That's something I double love.
We do want to throw out as well, if you guys are fair goers, make sure you come check us out. We're going to be at a tent with Second Armament at the Harmington Fair, September 30th through October 2nd. Also, we'll be at the Riverton Fair from October 7th through the 9th. And maybe one other fair to come. We're waiting on an answer, or Second Armament's really waiting on an answer for that one. But pretty exciting
stuff.
This
is not just an opportunity to visit us. This is an opportunity to be live on the podcast. And by live, I mean not live, because it's going to be impossible to do it live. But we will be recording. We will be video recording and audio recording. So if you want to be on the podcast and you don't want to sit next to my stinky ass or Tom's stinky ass at the fairgrounds and be on the podcast with us, it'll all be recorded, and then we'll drop it into the following episodes.
Whether it's going to be right away or whatever, because I'm sure there'll be editing involved and stuff like that. So, but if you want to come by, check it out. We'll have some merch for sale. Obviously, Second Armament's going to have all of his merch for sale. Going to be a good couple weekends we have there. Fun stuff.
True story.
Anyway, so let's get into mail time, Pat.
Let's do it.
If I can find my mouse. This is the hardest part of having all these screens, is finding the mouse.
My beef with the feedback is that it comes so late.
It's definitely something to do with either your PC or the internet, because you randomly, like while you were talking there, froze up, missed a couple words, and then you caught back up. So that was cool.
Do you think that it's recording okay?
I think when it lagged for that little bit, it did not record anything that you said. Other than that, I think it's recording fine. The audio is usually fine.
Yeah.
The video feed is what suffers. I thought Nick was going to be in the chat. I haven't seen him yet because he was asking us about the show. All right, Pat, we got one piece of mail. It is a comment, I would say, related to our question of the week. Am I the asshole? If you guys missed it on the previous episode, go check out our TikTok, Second Armaments TikTok, our Facebook page, our Instagram page, Second Armaments Instagram page, Facebook page. There's a video of it, of a TikTok of a nice gentleman trying to bring his kid some lunch or dinner, and the mother of that child freaking the fuck out. So go check that out. We want to hear who's the asshole in that scenario, which brings us to our piece of mail from Miss Erica Washington. Again, gotta find the mouse. Pat, there's a lot of words here, so I don't know if you want to read it. I know that you're having a hard time with the mic, so maybe I'll read it. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've written in because I usually am watching live. After listening to your show Monday morning, though, I felt the need to write in. Here are my thoughts on a few things.
You sure you don't want me to read it?
Shut up, Pat. Any parent that has a child with an allergy advocates for their child to keep them safe. That being said, the mother of the child who had the peanut allergy is the one who should have checked with her sister to find out about the cake beforehand. She would do this to any other child's party her son is invited to, so why not this one? Good point, Erica. 2. There were a lot of phone beeps and notifications today. A little annoying. Well, go fuck yourself. 3. The dad with the McDonald's was 100% in the right for asking for his child to come down and eat in the car. He is not responsible for bringing food for all the other kids. I 100% agree. As far as the guy who got shot, the number of bullets fired seemed excessive. However, I really don't understand why people run from the police. Unfortunately, I can never have the perspective of fear of being a young black male who gets stopped by the police. But I guess I am naive in that sense, that I believe if you didn't do anything bad, you won't get in trouble. I know the world does not always work that way. Erica. Great email, Erica. You can go fuck yourself about the phone beeps and all that stuff. We have lives too, Erica. Hashtag our lives matter.
And, here we are looking for t-shirt designs, and we might have just nailed it.
Hashtag number 9 lives matter.
Yeah.
Fuck. Pat, what do you think about the
I think this is a great email. I think that Erica's on point. Let me tell you, I skimmed through this, and I thought that she was actually taking the other side. I thought she was saying that the aunt of this fucking allergic kid should have called her sister and asked if she could have. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, really? That's Erica's take? So when you read it out loud, I was like, oh, wow, boy, I misread that fucker.
Sure did.
When you read that there were too many notifications, I did. I silenced my phone as you were telling Erica to go fuck herself. I agree with the dad with the McDonald's, and I agree that it was excessive shots. And none of us doing this podcast can put their shoes in the shoe or put their feet in the shoes of a young black man. So it's very difficult to imagine. I can say this, like when you were reading that, I was thinking of like that's the sound of the police, and like just like the NWA songs, just like lyrics from the music that I'm heavily populated area youth are listening to, and the not that I think music controls behavior, but the music does let you know that there is two sides to the battle, and you are not on the side with the police. And I think that if you aren't exposed to police from a young age and you haven't had a lot of interaction with police, or if you have had interaction with the police but it's been predominantly negative, that your reaction to run makes sense. It's fight or flight in those situations if you feel that you're in danger or if you feel that you're uncomfortable. And I think for the majority of white people, they don't feel that way. They feel like, oh, this isn't a big deal. This is more of an inconvenience than anything else. I'm going to get a fucking ticket because I was breaking the law and I'm an asshole. Where I don't think that feeling is across the board. I think that's really like a white feeling.
Pat, to your point, there's nothing that makes me happier than seeing police officers, like those videos that you see of them in inner cities, going and stopping and playing basketball with the kids on the court. I think that's a positive reinforcement of police officers. Right. Hey, they're people too. They play basketball too. I think that's a great reinforcement. There should be more of that. More PAL leagues and stuff like that. Erica says, hashtag Pat got a bad rap for his reminders.
Thank you, Erica.
Hashtag go fuck yourself.
A lot of hashtags on the show today.
Yeah. Maybe we'll name the show hashtag.
Didn't we have a show called Hashtag Hashtags?
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
I don't think so. Before we get out of mail time, I just want to remind everybody, coming up in the next few weeks here, make sure you check out our Mine and Griff's new podcast. It's going to be called Laying 9.5 with Tommy. It's going to be a sports betting podcast, pretty much primarily around football. And depending on how amped up we are at the end of football season, maybe we'll roll into a little bit of basketball and March Madness. But after that, we'll probably take the summer off because neither of us like betting on baseball. So pretty much
March Madness would be a fucking wild ride podcast.
Well, that's what him and I bet a lot on March Madness together. I bet a lot on March Madness with binoculars because, to be fair, I don't watch a lot of college sports. I did bet on some college football last year. I made some money, lost some money. It was really up and down. Pat, remember how I used to go over my winnings and my losings, like my net wins, my net bets? I'm up to like 74,000 or something like that, and I haven't even been using the app. However,
how much have you lost?
Oh, I lost 74. I think I bet 72 or something like that, or I bet 72 and won 70. I've won 72. I've bet 74, so I'm down $2,000.
Okay.
Since the inception.
On the other hand, you've had fucking maybe 100 solid. No, because you watch shows, so you've probably had 500 hours of fun for $2,000.
Nick says, "Bro, I didn't get notified. Fucking gay. What up, bros? Or what up, boys?"
Nick wrote BOIS, and I was thrown immediately off. I was like, boyos?
He used a lot of exclamation points there, except where he really needed one after fucking gay.
Yeah, it could have been a comma too, but yeah.
Some second sort of function
in the house.
I just said, oh, look at that. Next time on the show. So, Pat, what's funny is the other night, I think it was Sunday, I'm downstairs. Oh, it was right after the show. I got an email from FanDuel that I had $40 in casino credit, right? Just free bets. So I was like, fuck it, I haven't been on forever. My wife goes on nonstop and keeps depositing fucking money. I just see my bank account all the time. FanDuel. So I'm like, well, fuck it, I got free money. So I go in. He goes, I'm in conundrum.
He said, I'm a conundrum.
Yeah. So in the I don't know what that means.
Nick, Tom's overwhelming response was because he has no clue what conundrum is.
That's a fact. What a conundrum. So I'm like, fuck it. So I go into the casino, and to my surprise, bro, they have live tables now. So an actual person where you get the video feed of them throwing the ball on the roulette table, or an actual dealer dealing blackjack. So I'm like, fuck it, let me try out this roulette, right? So I go in, I'm making some bets, winning a little bit of money, losing a little bit of money. I hit some numbers, I'm feeling good, and I get that $40 up to like $100, and I'm contemplating cashing out, but I'm a little over 100. So I said, fuck it, I'll bet down to 100. And if I keep winning, I'll keep playing. But at 100, I'm cashing out. That's free money. Fuck it. So sure shit, PPY right there in the other chick. I got $10 split on the greens, and I fucking hit double zero for $180. Now I'm up to 280. I'm feeling fucking good. So I got down to 250, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm out." I cashed out, deposited money in my bank account Tuesday morning, $250 from FanDuel, baby. So that was pretty good. I felt good, and that was all free money, baby. Free money, just for no reason, just because I decided to play some roulette that night on a free bet.
That's pretty excellent. Speaking of free money, I was told today by one of our mutual friends that there may very well be, there's a package going on right now that the government's trying to push. Part of it is about fucking healthcare, trying to make medicine cheaper. The other part of it, and they may be giving a fairly large incentive for people who have solar panels on their house. And I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, yeah, that's why I did it, man. All about the environment. Yeah, fuck yeah, absolutely. I'm fucking, let's go green. You know what I mean?
No, Pat, you didn't finance those, right? You leased them?
I didn't either. They're not my panels. I allow the solar company to put their panels on my roof, and it makes my electricity lower.
So you can't use it as a tax write-off on your taxes because you didn't purchase them.
But my property has them on them.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works.
This bullshit.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, let's get on mail time. Let's keep it moving with the show. Second Armor said that's pretty dope. It was pretty fucking dope. Nothing like free money. Maybe we'll name the show Free Money. Hashtag free money. I feel bad for Nick because he doesn't listen to the actual podcast, so he doesn't get to hear all these little like
advertisements.
Yeah, like the mail time opening and closing, because we can't play those live because they're like most of them are copyrighted.
Yeah.
So I do feel bad that he doesn't get to hear them. Some of them are pretty good. All right, it's the time that everybody's been waiting for. Everybody's favorite time. Meme time.
Meme time.
Not meme time, meme time, meme time. No.
Meme time.
This is my fucking guy right here. I fucking love this guy. Pat, our first meme today you sent in. Actually, you sent all these in today. It's clearly a video game character of Zach Wilson, that quarterback for the Jets, that was banging his best friend's mom there, and it says Zach Wilson just got a new ability in Madden. And I feel like there's a second part of this missing because on the it's right here. It's the grab and smash. And not all receivers need fancy footwork. When they enter the zone, they have increased success chance of stiff arm and truck attempts, follow and catch.
Yeah, it is an actual fucking thing in Madden, the grab and smash.
Classic.
Fantastic.
Pat said phobic wouldn't like this one. I don't think he's watching. But ring since 1985. Jennifer Lopez 5. The Raiders 0. Because J-Lo and Ben Affleck got married again over the weekend, I guess.
Why not?
Second Armament said, I didn't know I was listening wrong, LOL. Yeah, there's multiple ways to listen to the show. Some would say that we oversaturate the market with how you can listen to the show, but I think accessibility is adaptability, which means agility, which means we're in the right spot. Pat, this one says, he who does not lick the clit should not get to hit. Cuccilations 169.
Yeah, and that dude is
massive.
He a biggin'. Yeah.
It's fucking massive. And the girl behind him looks disgusted in his shirt.
Reasonably so.
He said, I'd put more than a ring on it.
On J-Lo? Jesus. J-Lo is a very rare breed that looks better with age. And I think it might be a Jennifer thing because Jennifer Aniston's in that same category.
Jennifer Aniston's hot as fuck. This one says it looks like a dad fixing a bike. He said if you have if you have a dad, you really should be thanking him for bringing you into this world. Your mom probably wasn't even in the mood. That's fucking funny right there. If you have a dad, we all have a dad, dude. What the fuck?
Facts.
Second Armament said she's an alien. Must be.
Tom, this next. Okay. Yeah, actually, that works. Tom, we were uploading the pictures, you saw that and you said, "I don't know what the fuck these flowers are, Pat." I'm going to explain what those flowers are, Tom. As you well know, Cow Frank, otherwise known as Binksy, died on us. We had to put Binks down. Motherfucking Chewy, which is where Liz gets the kitty litter and the cat food and the dog food. Chewy sent a huge bouquet of flowers and a sympathy card because Binks passed away. And they said, "We don't want you to have to go through what you go through. We've changed your orders to fit your the new structure of your animals. So instead of sending you enough for 4 cats, we're sending you enough for 3 cats." How fucking crazy is that of a company to do?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she sent me the picture. I was like, "That's fucking insane. It's a really nice bouquet."
Phobic's in the chat. Phobic, what up? He said so.
Oh boy.
He said so. Binks didn't die. You murdered them.
Wow. Did you see the Jennifer Lopez meme by any chance, Phobic?
Classic.
This is an important one to take notice. I really think we got this is a headline news article. Headline news, very important. Everybody listen. Tom, can you read what that headline says?
Team coverage. Keep cool to avoid heat-related illness.
Thank you very much. What the fuck is on the news?
Listen, man, you got to keep cool to avoid heat-related illness.
That's sound advice. I can't dispute it. That's for sure.
Phobic said, "I did, and that's why you deserve the above." And then Second Armor said, "It's pretty crazy. They are tapped into the vet system just to be right. Just be right." Yeah, that's true. How did they know that the cat died?
I don't really know. Maybe I can't imagine that Liz went online and was like, "By the way, my cat died," to Chewy. There's no way she messaged them.
I don't know. It's pretty crazy, bro.
Hold on. Let me get Liz down here. I'm going to text her and see if she'll come down and explain to us how the fuck Chewy knew that our cat died.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, bro. Pretty crazy. Pretty freaky. But, phones are listening all the time. Everything in your house is listening. Did your vet do it?
Oh, Phobic said, "Did your vet do it?" That's a good point. I mean, if they asked where you get your fucking pet supplies from.
Yeah, maybe they got to deal with Chewy or something. Like, does the vet recommend Chewy? I don't know. My parents, I think, use Chewy for their dogs. We just use Amazon, they automatically, once a month, they send us a bag of dog food. It's just automatic.
Yeah.
And somehow it never quite lasts a month, so we just have to go to the store and get an extra one.
Do you think it's because you have 3 dogs?
What's that again? You broke up there.
I said, do you think it's because one of your dogs is a fucking beast and you have 3 dogs?
Yeah, but you know what's funny? So, whenever Erica and I aren't home, or one of us isn't, well, I wouldn't say one of us. If Erica's not around or both of us aren't around, they tend not to eat as much. So, like last weekend, she was away, and I feed them in the morning, and they would eat a little bit, but then they wouldn't eat anymore. And then when it would come time to feed them in the afternoon, they still had food in their bowls, all 3 of them from the morning. So I wouldn't have to use as much food. Erica said
you get a bag every 2 weeks.
Yeah, now because we were running out so much.
Makes sense.
So that's true too. We did have 2 dogs for the longest time. Now we got 3. So, all right, Pat, you got. We'll wait for Liz, I guess, but you have a new game in here. Worst nicknames.
Yeah, we're sticking with the name game, right? Like all of them are around names.
State game, nickname game. This game, that game.
Number 9. Here we go.
Pat, how about this fucking heat wave, dude? It's hot as shit up here. Dude, it's so fucking humid.
Crazy.
Dude, so I came home and we all know that I don't shit anywhere but home. So I come home and I drop a shit today, right? And I have my socks on. But it's hot out and I'm not at work anymore. I'm not wearing shoes. So I take my socks off. And I could like feel the humidity on the floor of my house, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like almost the
Yeah.
floor felt damp in my upstairs, my first floor of my house. Like I would expect that in the basement, but on the first floor, I mean, come on, it's dude. And then I got this new the central air upstairs, right?
Liz is coming downstairs.
Oh, nice! I can't wait to hear how this played out.
Nope, Liz came down the first set of stairs. She must have been up in the bedroom.
Oh, well, maybe she's coming down the second flight.
Maybe she is.
So anyway, unfortunately, this fucking AC, man, when it's hot like this, does not seem to keep up with how fucking hot my upstairs gets. So I'm already pretty upset that it doesn't go lower than 65. I really would prefer 60 for the AC. So, dude, last night was rough, dude. It was so fucking hot. And then I've said this before on the show, Erica's like an oven when you sleep next to her.
You said it many times.
Yes, all the time, because she is. And like that didn't help. Dude, it was so fucking hot last night. Tonight's not going to be any better. The only thing I can think of is I did leave. I typically turn the fan on high when we go to bed. So it'll keep the room cooler.
Yeah.
I kept it on all day on high. So I'm hoping that it's like around 68 when I go to bed. Because I think that's tolerable. I remember this one time, dude, I went and visited Phobic in Florida. And I already don't like the heat, right? But he's accustomed to the heat. So he keeps his house at like 76, right?
Oh.
Yeah, gross. And dude, I'm fucking sweating in the middle of the night to the point where the only AC duct, I think, in the entire house was in the hallway entrance to his house. I went and laid out underneath the fucking AC duct because it was so fucking hot in the house. Oh my God, I can't stand it. When I go to my parents' house, the same thing, dude. They keep their house at like 75. I'm like, it's too fucking hot to be sleeping in this, dude.
Fuck that.
Oof. Anyways, get started with this game.
All right, Tom. What I have is a list, a comprehensive list of the 9 worst nicknames in athletics, as well as a 10th nickname, which is not a real nickname in athletics. I have snuck it in, and your job is to identify the fake one. Second Armament said, when we lived in Georgia, we kept the house at 78 all summer. You would get sick if it was under 10 inside.
70.
Oh, yeah. Again, my screen is a little small.
I would.
Oh, now Liz is coming downstairs.
Nick, I guarantee you this. I would not get sick if it was
under
under 7.
As a motherfucker. Wait, what are you doing? I texted you like 40 times to come downstairs. You didn't even come down here for me. You came down here for some motherfucking light bulbs? Or do you have your phone on you? You motherfucker. She's not even down here for me. I've texted her 3 times, and the last one was Liz. And she still just finally came downstairs.
Well, ask her.
Hey, babe. I showed a picture of Binks's bouquet from Chewy. We have a follow-up question. How the fuck did Chewy know that Binks died?
Saying that she passed.
Okay. Can you can hear her?
All I heard was son, she passed.
Yeah, so she wrote Chewy a message on the account.
Oh.
And so then they I don't know how to put this.
She must have had like a something specific for Binks on that and said,
she said they didn't write anything back, and then a week later the flower showed up. So, and then they inactivated. Was there something specific to Binks on there that they inactivated her? Oh, so they each had an account. But they did that. You didn't do that. So they automatically deleted the account and sent the flowers. Fucking crazy.
Very nice.
That's a stand-up company, man.
I like it.
Liz, speaking of stand-up, You know what those shorts make my pee-pee do? That's right.
All right. Let's keep it moving, Pat. Let's keep it moving. Pay attention.
Please, tie your shoes. You don't have shoes on, you sexy fuck.
Well,
Don't tell me what to do.
that was a shorty answered. I'd rather think Chewy's listening to us during sex and every other moment, and they just knew it died on their own. Nice.
Wow.
Oh, that was a shitty answer, he said. He did write shorty. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And then he auto-corrected it to shitty.
All right. Tom. I have the 9 worst nicknames in sports and a 10th, which is not actually a nickname in sports.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Tom, your first nickname. Little Jizzy. Second nickname. Bad Porn. Third nickname. Big Tuna Steak. Fourth nickname. Muscle Hamster. Fifth nickname.
Hold on. Okay, keep going.
Ned Flanders. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Sparkles.
Let's go.
Crib Midget.
Hold on. Crib midget?
Crib Midget.
I hope there's an explanation for each one of these nicknames, what player they were, and why they got the nickname.
I can look those up.
But you didn't? That would have been way more fun for the game.
Maybe I'll have them for you next episode. The next one, Biscuit Pants. The next one, the LeBron James of soccer. The next one, Big Donkey. That's it, Tom. Which one's fake? There's a lot of really shitty nicknames to choose from. I'm going to fire through them again.
No, I got them all written down. Little Jizzy, Bad Porn, Big Tuna Steak, Muscle Hamster, Ned Flanders, Sparkles, Crib Midget, Biscuit Pants, LeBron James of Soccer, Big Donkey.
That's it.
See, I think it would have been easier if you had a little story behind each one so I could see how they got the nickname and determine whether or not it was true or false. Because this is, I have literally a 10% chance of getting it right because it could be any one and there's no substance behind it. With that said, I'm going to go with Biscuit Pants. And the reason being, I know that you love biscuits and I know that you love seeing people without their pants on. So Biscuit Pants is the way that I see that one. Or it could possibly be Ned Flanders because you saw some fucking Simpson thing and you're like, I need to come up with something here.
Tom. Ned Flanders is the nickname of goaltender for the Los Angeles Kings, Peter Buttigieg.
Hold on, so you fucking had whose nicknames these were, you fucking asshole.
I have whose, but I don't have the story behind it.
Well, but at least you had, like, you could have made up whose this person's nickname was for the one that you made up. You see what I'm saying? You're always setting me up.
I get what you're saying. That's why I
You're
said maybe
always
I'll do it
setting
for the
me
next
up.
episode.
You're always setting me up with these fucking games. You know what I mean? You're always setting me up.
Set you up, you piece of shit.
You set me up.
Tom, Biscuit Pants is Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig.
Motherfucker. Well, let's start at the top, Pat. Let's start at the top and figure out who's all these guys' nicknames are, and then process of elimination, we'll figure out who was the loser.
Little Jizzy is Jack Hughes, New Jersey Devil.
Okay.
Bad Porn is Corey, I'm going to say Maggot or Maggot.
Okay.
From the Golden State Warriors.
Second Armament for the but by the way, he said he thinks it's crib midget.
Okay, we'll get there. I will tell you that Big Tuna Steak is nobody's nickname. Big Tuna Steak, I have no clue where I came up with it. I wanted to avoid using something that was right in front of me, so I just came up with Big Tuna Steak. Doug Martin, who is a halfback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is Muscle Hamster. We did Ned Flanders. Sparkles is a guy named Chris Bryant who plays for the Colorado Rockies. You've had 2 pairs of gloves this whole time? Yeah, it's the Rockies.
Can anybody say the Colorado Rockies without you saying that?
I don't know, dude. It's the funny. Oh my god, it fucking kills me.
Somebody around Pat is drinking fucking Coors Light, and that's the only thing that he says the rest of the night.
Jameer Nelson, who is a Detroit Piston, is the crib midget. Oh boy, I'm gonna fuck this up because soccer players have crazy European names. Christian Pulisic is the LeBron James of soccer. Worst nickname ever, right there. Like, you can't just be the something of something else. Second Armament said, "Great nickname. I'll be known as Tuna Steak from now on." Big Tuna Steak. Big Donkey is Adam Dunn from the Chicago White Sox. That's it. That's the list.
Why do you think he got the nickname Big Donkey? You think he's got a big schlong? Or he's just a jackass?
Yeah, man. I would assume it's because he's a powerhouse, and it's a reference to him being like a mule, just a fucking a worker.
You haven't seen the show The Boys, right? We talked about this.
I have not.
So it's not really like a character that serves any significance in the show, but there's one of these soups, they call them, that they're in a mental ward, and you can see like the outline of his cock and his pants, and it goes past his knees. It's huge, right? And then this whole thing happens in one of these scenes, and one of the main characters gets the penis like grows longer, but not hard, and it like wraps itself around this dude's neck to try and strangle him. It's fucking hilarious.
Fuck are you watching, bro?
It's fucking hilarious. And then in this last season, they reintroduced that character at a fucking orgy scene where it's like the soup orgy. They have one every year, and the guy answers the door with his big schlong, and it's the same guy that wrapped it around his head. And he's like, "You better get the fucking dick away from my face." Fucking hilarious.
If it helps, I also will never be watching The Boys now. Thank you.
Right, it's a great show, dude.
It sounds
this is where I'm upset with it, and Griff, I'm sorry
the
to do
number
this to
of
you.
peckers that you have to watch.
No, I don't really care about that. That's probably why Griff likes it. But what I'm most upset with Griff about is he told me that this show was better than Yellowstone. He looked at me dead.
That is very far from the truth.
He looked at me dead in the face and said, "It's the greatest show of all time." And I looked at him and I said, "It's better than Yellowstone." And he said, "Significantly better than Yellowstone." That I cannot agree on. It is not anywhere near as good as Yellowstone. But it's a show. I got one episode left of the 3rd season, and I'll be all caught up. I started watching it last night and I fell asleep. So
I can't imagine that there's a show out there where somebody gets damn near choked to death by a purple-headed yogurt slinger that's better than Yellowstone.
Yeah, dude, there isn't. I mean, Yellowstone's fucking phenomenal. It really is. I cannot wait for the next season to come out. I'm so pumped about it. Anyway, Pat, let's get into 3 Finger News. I'm going to drop
hold on. Second Armament said, "I can't wait to watch The Boys. I have too many shows going on to start it, but I'm pumped for it." Just to be clear, he said that right after you talked about dicks flying everywhere. I just want to point out his timing.
Well, he was also at the Backstreet Boys on Sunday, so Erica said Tom starts watching it with us and then goes up to this girl who is burned and can't hardly move and puts his dick in her hand. Oh, his dick in his hand and jerk him off. That's a true story. In the show, one of the suits falls in love with this person, right? And she gets all fucked up and she's on like life support basically in a bed and she's living there. And hold on. And so he's like crying to her about his life and shit, and then just whips out his dick and she starts jerking him off with her like good hand because her other arm is gone and her face is all fucked up. It was a wild scene. Phobic, I do like The Boys. Don't get me wrong, I do like it. I do not think it's as good as Yellowstone. I'm not saying, I would put it up there with, it's probably in current shows right now. I would say it's in Stormfront. They were both soups. Yeah, Stormfront is the one that jerks him off. It's fucking wild. She ends up killing herself. She bites her tongue off and bleeds to death.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That's my bad. My bad.
Jesus.
Fuck. I've been trying not to give anything away about the show. I've actually been pretty good. Fuck.
You just laid out an entire scene and then told us how somebody gets killed off.
Yeah, giving away a scene about somebody getting jerked off is not any main part of the story.
Phobic Squirrel said 2022, there are no spoilers.
That's a good point. You can't, you can't watch a fucking WWE pay-per-view an hour late because everything's already spoiled. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I'm not up to date, I have to just stay off the internet.
Yeah, until you get caught up. All right, let's get into 3-finger news so we can start wrapping this show up because I'm tired. Pat, you are fucking frozen, motherfucker. All right, guys. Hold on 1 second. Pat's. Oh yeah. Hey, Pat.
Hey, pal.
Yeah. So you're frozen again.
Yeah, I'm like super duper frozen.
Like your whole PC's frozen.
Hold on, I'll tell you. No, my mouse works, and I can scroll on my second screen. It seems to just be Discord. Can I jump out and jump back in?
Yeah. Do all control delete, and then go to Task Manager.
Yep.
And you should be able to click on find where Discord is, and then hit end task, and it will close it.
Some bad news. It says no tasks are running. So I clearly have several things up on my screen.
Okay, hold on 1 second for me. Oh, you're back.
Oh. Ha, JK.
Okay.
All right. You're back. Cool.
All right. I'm going to hang up.
Just to be clear, Nick said, wow, I just said I hadn't seen it, you fucking piece of shit. LOL.
And rightfully.
That's true. He did just say that. Sorry I ruined that for you. I wasn't thinking.
Nick, when you see the girl that gets burned, she also dies.
Hey,
she
Nick.
jerks somebody off and then shoots herself in the face, not with the load. Two unrelated incidents.
Hey, Nick, just in case you haven't seen it, at the end of Days of Thunder, he wins the Daytona 500. Anyway.
You just did him a favor. Now nobody has to watch the fucking movie.
Dude, it's the greatest movie of all time.
Ugh.
Nick agrees it's the greatest movie of all time.
Tom, are you going to cue 3-finger news?
I just did. Ready?
Oh, all right.
3-finger news, news that's sure to shock you. Presented by Second Armament Apparel Company. Make sure you go to www.secondarmament.com. Select any shirt you want. They're beautiful shirts, great hats, great everything. All made right here in America. And you get, if you use code number 9ers at checkout, you get 10% off your order.
And you get free motherfucking stickers. Free fucking stickers.
Bro, if I hadn't seen Days of Thunder, I would have jerked myself off and shot myself in the head already. So,
all right, that crazy. There's a lot to unpack in that.
Yeah, it sure is. All right. So anyway, Pat, let's hear these news stories.
Tom, our first story. I should mention that our second story is much more lighthearted than our first story.
Let's hope so.
Our first story. 23-year-old black man shot while running away from San Bernardino police. Tom, I have read several articles on this. There is video. Easy to find. The gentleman's name, just so we can get there quickly, is Robert Adams. He was 23. So here's what we got. The San Bernardino police came under scrutiny Monday after security footage showing the events leading up to the fatal police shooting of a 23-year-old black man surfaced on social media. His mother said, "I could understand if he was a threat to them, but he was not a threat to them. He was running for his life." According to the police department, uniformed officers from a specialized unit were investigating complaints from neighbors about an illegal gambling facility on Saturday at about 8 p.m. This is very important. It's an illegal gambling facility. He is a security guard at the facility, okay? Security footage showed two officers driving past the facility in an unmarked vehicle before stopping the car just a few yards from the parking lot where the gambling facility was located. This is another important fact. It's an unmarked police car. Robert Adams, 23, could be seen talking to someone before walking in the direction of the officers. As he approached the car, two officers jumped out with their guns drawn shortly before Adams began to run towards a nearby wall. The family claimed that the officers did not identify themselves as police. In a release, San Bernardino Police Department said the two officers were fully uniformed and tried to give Adams verbal commands before he began to run. Within 15 seconds of getting out of their car, officers shot Adams as he ran between two parked cars. He later died at the hospital. They just hopped out with the gun and they didn't say anything, said Adams' best friend. He was there. So there's a second guy in the video. That's Adams' best friend who says the police did not identify themselves. Police said he was an armed felon with an unlicensed security guard for the facility. They later recovered a loaded Taurus G3C at the scene and said Adams was carrying the gun while running away. The boy ran, his stepfather said. The officer hunted him down like a dog. If Adams had some life left in him, the officer probably would have finished the clip. So when do we have justice for that? The mom said she was on the phone with her son just a few moments before the shooting, but the line suddenly cut out. I think the line suddenly cutting out was probably just her son hanging up. She said, "It let me know that's why the phone hung up, because they were killing my son." The family confirmed that Adams was working as a security guard for the gambling business and disputed the claim that the 23-year-old had a gun. In a press release, police included a still image that appears to show Adams with a handgun. I've seen the video and I've paused it. It is impossible in what I have to see if that's a handgun. It's impossible to see if it even looks like a handgun. It could literally be fucking anything from what I can see. So the video is useless. So I have to err on the side of the police on this one, because if I don't know what you're holding and I'm telling you to stop, I feel there's an immediate threat there. Adams' family, which is funny because it's the Adams family, Adams' family said they want murder charges filed against the officer that killed the young man. The mom said, "We want justice. We want his badge. We want his job." Okay, Tom, I told you I'd read multiple reports on this because the only thing I was trying to Google, and feel free to Google this, folks, and tell me what your take on it is was Robert Adams holding a handgun? And nothing confirms that he was holding a handgun. Nothing proves that he wasn't holding a handgun. What we do know very clearly in the footage is this guy was shot while he was running away. Tom, if you have a handgun, or you have something that could be misconstrued as a handgun, and you're running away from police officers, and you get shot, what's your take on that?
It's hard, man. It's hard. Because you can very easily fire a weapon while you're running away still. You
Yeah,
know what I
Erica
mean?
said, wait, so the guy had a job at an illegal gambling facility?
Oh shit. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's a hard line. I mean, here's the thing. You can easily fire a weapon while running away, right?
Yeah.
So if he throws the weapon and runs away, or something of that nature, and he gets shot after he throws away whatever he's holding, right? That could be misconstrued as that. Then that's a bad kill, right? If he's running away and you see a firearm or you see something that you think is a firearm, there's a lot of gray there. You know what I mean? I wasn't on scene. I haven't watched the videos. I can't say I really don't know, man. To me, from the way the story plays out, it seems to me like it was not a good kill. There was no reason to shoot him. He wasn't really doing anything wrong other than running away. The police were in unmarked cars. They were fully in uniform, as they say, but shit, I don't know, man. They got out of a fucking random car. Like, who knows how long this kid even looked at him or anything like that. You know what I mean?
So to your point, he's protecting an illegal gambling facility. Somebody pulls up in an unmarked car, and the first thing he sees come out of that car is a gun. So now you already know what you're doing is going to draw the wrong type of people.
Yeah.
Then you see a gun. Running doesn't seem like the worst idea in the world. And this dude's holding when they pull up. Like, it's whatever he's holding, he didn't pull it out, right? So he's holding it. If he thought that his life wasn't in imminent danger, or if he thought he could possibly protect that gambling facility, he could have just lifted the gun and shot. He had the upper hand. He didn't do that. He turned and ran. So I think that eliminates the element of risk. I also think that I'm not positive on the textbook on this, but I think that if he's not turned or the gun's not pointed in the direction of the police officer, their lives are not in imminent danger and they don't have the say so to shoot. I also feel like this is another example of people are going to say he was working at an illegal place or he was carrying a firearm. So, if he wasn't doing those things, he wouldn't have been killed. But carrying a firearm is not punishable by death. Working at a gambling facility that's illegal is not punishable by death. Nothing that this guy did is punishable by death. So I really feel like this is going to come down to, it was just a few bad apples is how this is going to play out. Second Armament said, I feel like this is very similar to the one from Sunday. Stop fucking running from the police with or without firearms. The truth is, if these people weren't such fucking saints, they wouldn't have been running from the popo, for fuck's sake. Erica said he was running away because he was doing illegal shit. Both perfectly valid points. Here's the thing. So I don't know if I'm the police officer and I pull up. I don't know if that's a licensed firearm. I don't know if it's unlicensed. I don't know if he's perfectly fine to be standing on the street corner with a gun, because as far as I know, there's no law against that. So if they pull up and they immediately draw guns on this guy and he runs, that to me seems like a natural reaction. That's not like he was like, oh man, the cops are here. That's like, holy fuck, there's guns pointed at me. I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
Second
Armament said, agreed, not punishable by death. I agree, but play stupid games. Yeah, I see that point. I really do. The problem is I don't like what this says. A, obviously for black people, but B, I don't like what this says for gun owners. If you're carrying a gun, automatically you're going to have guns drawn on you. That seems unfair. Fuck, if you're working at an illegal gambling casino, you're going to have guns drawn on you. Like, I don't understand why these cops drew guns on this guy unless that kid was holding a gun that they knew was illegal, or he was committing a crime actively, not fucking playing security for a fucking gambling facility, but if he was doing something. But we know he wasn't, because he was standing there with his best friend. It seems the cops should have very calmly gotten out of the car and said, hey man, can I get a permit for that fucking weapon you're carrying, like, right away?
So I believe, I'm not positive, I don't know what the laws are in California, but I know in Connecticut, you can't just be walking around with a firearm in your hand. You can have it on your person, but it seems like this kid was walking around carrying a firearm in his hand, based off the way the story's written. Again, I have no idea. I didn't see the fucking video or anything.
From what I can see in the video, he is holding that gun.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a wild fucking thing to begin with. Why the fuck are you standing outside this place holding a gun? Why wouldn't you have it on your hip or something?
Tom, do you have the timeline in front of you?
Yes, I have the stat here.
Graph?
Yeah.
So we have a graph. Above the graph, it says, although half of the people shot and killed by police are white, Black Americans are shot at a disproportionate rate. They account for less than 13% of the U.S. population, but are killed by police more than twice the rate of white Americans. Hispanic Americans are also killed by police at a disproportionate rate. So what we're seeing, Tom, we've got so we've got 42 million Black Americans, okay? 39 million Hispanic Americans, 197 white Americans, and 49 million other. So there's more white Americans than all of the other groups put together. Now, we have 16 million hold on. Higher rate of police killings. I'm sorry, 16 per million. 16 per million white people are killed by police annually. 28 per million, which is almost double, Hispanic are killed by police annually, and 40 per million Black people are. That is a significant amount more than double. That's a fucking crazy statistic.
Yeah.
When you look at that, you see 100. I mean, there are 4 times as many white people. There's actually more than 4 times as many white people than Black people, and there are more than twice as many Black people murdered, or I guess killed by police. I don't want to say murdered. That's an unfair assessment.
Yeah, it's not good. I guess you gotta look at where.
I know
There's so
city.
many.
A lot of that is going to be gang related. I get that. I really do. But we had the question earlier of why do these people run from police officers? That might be fucking part of it.
Yeah, but you know what? You look at this, right? And not that it's good or bad it's kind of bad, but it's not like when you tell me that 1,662 Black people are killed a year by cops, you would think that number was significantly higher based off the media coverage that it gets. And based off the media coverage that white people were getting killed by the cops, I would have thought it was fucking zero. You know what I mean? So yes, statistically, the numbers are based off the population, significantly more Black people, but there's a lot of different things that go into that number. And then you have to look at how many of them were bad shoots, right? Or bad kills. And how many of them were bad kills if you were white. They never get reported on, so we have fucking no idea. You know what I mean?
I wholeheartedly agree. I think if we just, Erica said environment plays a role, which I fully agree with as well. I think if we take the color out of this, right? So let's disregard that this is a Black individual for the sake of argument. And we say, there was an American who had a gun in a parking lot of an illegal gambling facility. The cops rolled up and that guy ran and the cops killed that guy. Is anybody okay or not okay with this? And I still feel like the answer is I'm not okay with it. I want to know if that gun was registered. I want to know why he has the gun out. Again, he's with his best friend. Maybe he just bought the gun and he's just showing his best friend. Should they be in their car or in one of their houses? Absolutely.
That's fucking hilarious. This is going to come across badly, but it is what it is. I believe this is systemic in nature. I like to see what the percentage of whites, Blacks, Latinos are criminals in comparison to the amount of them in the country. I'm willing to bet it's a close comparison. To be honest with you, I bet you there's more white criminals than there are Black criminals.
Different type of crime, but I agree.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of white people in jail, man. Tons. It's fucking crazy. Just I bet you the percentages per like this, the way this statistic is ran, I bet you it's actually pretty even. Based off per million or whatever, because no matter who you are, like all races break the fucking law.
Yeah, again, I think that's environmental too. You have, I mean, fuck, look at, we've talked about these dirty politicians for the last 200 years. The great majority of them are white, and we're calling them dirty politicians because they're fucking criminals. It's
Yeah.
not, they're not walking around, shooting somebody for wearing a different color than them, but they are ruining lives. They are breaking laws. They are stealing. They are, lying. They are doing all kinds of dirty shit.
What I would like
Second
to see,
Armament
Pat,
said, I'm saying by the numbers, I bet they are close to the same.
yeah. What I would like to see, right? So I would like to see geographically where these shoots happen for all of them.
Absolutely.
And because I want to see how many blacks are killed per, like geographic. We'll just say Detroit, right? How many blacks are killed in Detroit versus how many white people are killed in Detroit by police. And if those numbers are close, well, then it's probably a police issue. It's not a race issue. You know what I mean?
Well, no, if those numbers, yeah, I get what you're saying. If it was population wise, if there was an area that was 50% white and 50% black, and whites and blacks are killed by the police at the same rate, then that's the only way we could have an apples to apples comparison. The population of that specific geographical area would have to be 50-50. Erica said, so if you're a police officer, Pat, and you see a guy holding a gun, you're going to say, hey, buddy, let me see your gun permit before you ask him to put it down. Erica, I don't have an answer for you on that one. I don't know. You know what I would do? I would follow the textbook on it because I'm a pretty black and white guy. And I can't imagine that if a police officer sees somebody in America holding a gun that they're supposed to just, maybe put it away. I don't know. I don't know what they're supposed to do when they see a firearm. If he's not using it in a threatening way, like I've seen tons of videos on YouTube of people with guns like rifles strapped on their back, but that's not in their hands. And they're just walking down the sidewalk and police come up and they're like, hey, and they try in whatever form to break somebody's balls for having a gun. And the people are like, no, like, fuck off, dude. It's my legal right to carry the gun. You can fuck right the fuck off. And I have no problem with that. And I have no problem with the police approaching them because for whatever, somebody called them and said, I feel uncomfortable because of this gun owner. But, it's a really shitty situation. Like I'm not shitting on police on this one at any point. I've said nothing negative about these cops. I don't know what the right answer is, but I can't imagine that somebody running away from you should be shot under these.
Yeah, it's
Second Armament said the dude that fishes with a rifle in Florida. I get lost in his videos. Yeah, the dudes are fucking crazy. And I'll tell you what, I do not have a bunch of YouTube videos of a black dude in Harlem doing the same thing.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. Like I said, this story has a lot of gray in it.
Erica said, I say, but you also have to think they were all around illegal activity, so err on the side of caution. I absolutely agree. Err on the side of caution.
Yeah, so if you put yourself in those cop shoes, right? He doesn't know, like, where's he running to, right? He said that they were running away from, but was he going to alert the people inside? Were they going to come out and ambush the cops? There's so many.
Was he just going to stash the gun? Like, there's no way of knowing what.
What his intentions were, what he was going to do. A simple, hey, stop, and you not stopping is, again, I don't think it warrants being shot, but like I don't know, man. It's impossible, dude. It's impossible. It really is. It's sad is another thing. It's fucking sad that people are getting shot. Like I said, I think the one that we covered on Sunday seemed like a justifiable shoot, other than the fact that they shot him so many times. This one, I could really, based off the story, I can go either way. And knowing that, and I hate to say this, but if you can go either way on it, you have to, like you said, err on the side with the police officers, because
Erica said maybe he shouldn't have been shot, but his best friend is the only one who said they didn't identify themselves. That's true. The video that I saw, there was no audio, so I don't know if they identified themselves. Additionally, when they get close to the body, when you would be able to see a handgun, it was all blurred out because he'd been shot so many times. Or because he had been shot. I don't know how many times he was shot, but he had been shot. So they blurred it out so it wasn't so graphic. So you also can't see if he's holding a fucking handgun or not. Like it's a very difficult situation. I agree with Second Armament that this is absolutely systemic, and that there are a ton of variables that led to this incident happening. If we did things differently in this country, this probably would stop happening.
Yeah, well, or it wouldn't be reported on the way it is. You know what I mean? Like
Correct.
Uproar every single time it happens. Because I think, and this might be a little bit low, I would say 90% of police shootings are justified. You know what I mean?
You said what percent?
90%. And I think that's a very conservative 90%. It might even be higher than that. Because you figure there's roughly 28, you talk about 6,000 people killed a year by police officers. So if you go 90%, that's 45, about 48 to 5,000 killings that are justified. Again, I think that's on the low side. I think it's probably higher than that they're justified. I don't know. I'll tell you this, man. Based off all the shit that we've covered, anybody that wanted to be a cop growing up, actually, it's funny. Twitch the other day, he's moving to Florida, and he said he was thinking about becoming a cop. And I looked at him dead in his face, and I said, "You're fucking crazy, dude. Why would you put yourself through that?" You know what I mean? Whoever wants to be a cop, God bless them. I know a lot of them, like the people I know, want to do it for the right reasons. I don't think it's a like power issue or anything. They want to do it because they want to make a difference in their communities. They want to have a decent living. But at the same time, there's a lot of risk involved. There's a lot of scrutiny involved. If you do it, it's almost like being a politician, but you're nowhere as protected as a politician. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're protected until you're the one with the gun in your hand. And then all of a sudden you're on an island by yourself and the police department's suspending you.
Yeah. And, politicians fuck up all the time or do horrible shit all the time, and they're protected because
they're backed by their party 100%.
Yeah. And, you guys voted them in. Oh, by the way, breaking news here on the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. Joe Biden tested positive for COVID. Holy shit.
True story.
I hope he's all right.
Second Armament said, I wouldn't want that job. That's for sure. I don't think I could handle the scrutiny. He also said something that we're not going to say. Second Armament, that's my next story. Don't get ahead of me, you fucker.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Let's go.
All right. Second Armament segued us in. That was us segueing and landing. And our next story. I went back to the top of that story. Oh, Tom, I did want to mention one more thing. Because you know how I feel about headlines being misleading. If we go rewind to the beginning of that story, the headline, 23-year-old black man shot while running away from San Bernardino police. Nothing about a fucking handgun. Just 23-year-old black man was shot while running away.
Yeah.
Again, these news reporters are fucking scumbags. They're up there with the people who design the prison system. They design the medical system or the pharmaceutical system. They're up there with the politicians. They're all fucking scumbags. Because if you're gonna make a misleading headline for the sake of getting people to read your story, could you at least use some skill and make it a headline that's accurate but still titillating? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's rough.
These people fucking suck. You formulated your opinion off of that headline. Some people didn't read the story and they went, "Oh, there you go. Cops killed another black guy." But it doesn't say that he was armed. It doesn't say that he was unarmed, but it implies that he was, because that's a pretty fucking important detail. I inferred from that he did not have the gun. When I was searching for stories about this, because I was trying to find out if this guy was carrying a gun or not, I clicked on this one because I was like, oh, fuck, it's going to show that he doesn't have a gun. It did not. It didn't even fucking reference a gun.
It's wild. It's fucking crazy.
Fucking stupid. Anyways, it said they found a gun on scene. It did reference a gun. Tom, the headline of this story is what we know about the armed bystander who killed the shooter at an Indiana mall. In the words of the great Tom Washington, let's fucking go.
This is a great story.
Tom dressed in shorts and a t-shirt. I hope that's not how he really spells his name. I hope that's a typo. I'm going to say his name's Elijah Dickin. Was shopping with his girlfriend when a gunman opened fire on a food court at a Greenwood, Indiana mall Sunday evening, killing 3 people and wounding 2 others. While the shooter, 20-year-old guy whose name I'm not going to fucking say, and they shouldn't even have put in this fucking article. Again, newspaper reporters, you're fucking scumbags for glorifying shooters. Stop giving them a name. There's a reason why everybody fucking knows who these people are. It's your fucking fault. Anyways, guy with no name who's 20 years old fires 24 rounds from an AR-15 style rifle. Now, I don't know what the fuck an AR-15 style rifle is. I think they just mean a rifle. Dickin did not hesitate to use the Glock handgun he was legally carrying. The gunman was neutralized within 2 minutes. The police chief said many more people would have died last night if not for a responsible armed citizen that took action very quickly within the first 2 minutes of a shooting. This guy's girlfriend said, he pushed me out of the way and told me to get down and stay down. His grandmother said, everyone should be proud of him for what he's done, because if not, there would have been a lot more. They said, as the gunman began shooting from a restroom area in the mall's food court, Dickin returned fire from quite a distance with a handgun and was very proficient in that, very tactically sound. I'm going to say maybe his mother. I don't know who that Oh, no, this is a completely different person. Somebody on a live Facebook stream said he's a hero. The investigator said this guy has no police training and no military training. They actually referenced also that he was like waving people behind him, like fucking go, get the fuck out of here. So this dude with like military precision neutralized the suspect, got people to safety, got people down and got them to stay down, and did it from a pretty good distance. This kid is kind of a fucking hero. He also saved countless lives. Who knows how many? I mean, at least a full clip's worth of lives, because this person was, firing at will. My first thought on this, I have a cat's asshole right in my face. My first thought on this is when people bring up gun control, right? And they say, well, you're like, well, not that many people die in these mass shootings compared to how many people are in America. And they go, well, how many people should die? Because as far as I'm concerned, one life is enough. One life makes the difference. One life is a reason to take guns away from people. Well, here you go. If that's the fact, if that's your argument, and it is an argument for a lot of anti-gun enthusiasts, then my counter argument is this guy saved at least one life. We don't know how many lives he saved, just like we don't know how many lives could be lost in the next shooting. But we know that at least one life could be saved in the next shooting by a legally carried firearm. So there's your one life for one life.
Pat, this is the most disgusting thing that they could have put in this article. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, because my cat's fucking walking all over my iPad, and I got my fucking thing went black.
And I quote,
hold on,
and I quote, this was written by Teresa Waldrop from CNN. And I quote, having armed people at the scene who are not law enforcement members can create confusion and carry dire risks. According to the data analyst published by, you guessed it, the New York Times, an armed bystander who was shot and killed an attacker in 2001 in Arvada, Colorado, for example, was himself shot and killed by police who mistook him for the gunman, the Times reported. That's fucking disgusting that they would even put that in this article.
Yeah, so they're like this guy's a fucking hero, but he really shouldn't do what he was doing because the cops might mistake him for the gunman. Here's the thought. Cops going into this building probably knew by the rapidity of the fucking gunshots that it wasn't from this kid's fucking handgun, first off.
Not only that, it was neutralized before the fucking police could have even gotten there.
Yeah, I mean, like the police didn't accidentally kill this kid because the problem was already solved by the time they showed up.
Now, listen, if you're licensed to carry a firearm in Uvalde, Texas, there's no chance you're getting shot by the police. So that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, this is a great story. Good on him, man. Good on him. Second Armor said 40 yards is a far shot, man. Good on him. Yeah. Listen, man, I suck. Like, I have guns, man. I am not a good shot. I've shot in the fucking clips
Seen
off.
it.
Yeah, I've shot the clips off the target hangers and shit, dude. I'm not a good. But I think every legal gun owner licensed to carry, I don't want to say dreams of this day, right? Dreams of that scenario where you can come in and save the day and put your life in your own, like, at least make it a fair fight. You know what I mean?
Not only that, but it's not about killing the person doing the mass shooting.
It's
That's
about
not what
protecting
makes
the
you
lives.
heroic. It's saving the ones who aren't going to die now because of you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's also important to mention the lady that said, where was it? She that he's a superhero. Her 12-year-old daughter was wounded by the gunman. So, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
If you're a fucking mass shooter, a wounded target is an easy target. If they're down or they're crawling, they're not moving very quickly. That's an easy target. That's one that you're getting your kill count up by shooting that person again. You can't do that if you're fucking dead.
I love that they say an AR-15 style rifle.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Well, it's
that's like me saying every handgun is a 9mm style handgun. I guess like they're both shaped like L's.
Dude, it's funny when you hear these people on these news shows talk about firearms because they really have, like, I hear people misdescribe like semi-automatics versus automatics. They describe semis, or they think, oh, it's a semi-automatic handgun. It means it does, you hold the trigger and it shoots. No, it means every bullet that fires, you have to squeeze the trigger one at a time. Like, people, right. It's fucking crazy how uneducated. You would think by now, right? With all the fucking 434 active shooter cases we've had since 2001 in the United States, that these people would brush up a little bit on their guns. And
here's the thought, politicians.
I'm not even a fucking gun guy. I'm really not.
Politicians, how about we make laws about misreporting the news? If you want to put some fucking very misleading news in there, like AR-15 style, okay, you've now made a vague generalization. Next to that, on that line, in the same size font, I want an explanation of what you meant. I want a breakdown of what that means. AR-15 style rifle. What does that mean? Explain it. I'm curious what your definition of that is. Or you can put the actual make of the fucking gun, the make and model of that fucking gun. What was he carrying?
Well, because they also probably don't realize that AR-15 is a make and model.
Correct. So the AR, what is it, Armalite?
Yeah.
So that's like me saying the person was driving a Ford-style car. Well, automatically, I think that makes it a Ford.
Yep.
So if this wasn't an Armalite, then that's not fucking accurate.
Facts. Anyway,
this is why the news should be on a sliding scale, and this report should have gotten a 0.
Pat, I think we should try and find this guy on Facebook or Instagram, TikTok, something. Try and have him on the show. How fucking dope would that be?
Second Armament said, there were laws about misreporting. Obama tore it down and said the media can mislead you in any way they see fit in order to push the government's agenda. That is factual. Second Armament is absolutely correct. And that's the fucking problem with the media, is that they're not being at all in any way, shape, or form regulated. And I'm not saying we should stop free speech. We had a whole episode on how we should break down the media. You can say whatever you want in your fucking newspaper. You just can't call it a fucking certified newspaper. You're not an actual news channel. You're not credited for the news stories. You're a fucking comedy sketch.
Well, I think that's the
Second
important thing.
Armament said send him a shirt. Here's the thing. In all seriousness, this kid does not want credit. This kid does not want glory. This kid wants this to go the fuck away. This kid is not he wants this story buried. This 23-year-old kid wants to be as far away from this as possible. He's not doing interviews. He's not doing anything.
Again, that's what makes him a fucking true hero.
There you go.
I did it because it was the right thing to do. And I wanted to protect myself and my girlfriend.
Yep.
He got his bangs banged out that night, dude.
You think he got his bangs brained out?
You get it, bro. You get what I'm saying. That girl fucked the shit out of him that night.
His girlfriend was like, I'm going to put your pistol in my mouth.
Take the bullets out of there and pistol whip me. Anyway.
Discharge your firearm in my ass.
Well, anyway.
Tom, what the fuck is that message? I've received 100 messages today.
We received 100 messages today in the chat. Whoop, whoop.
That's a lot.
Well, it's because our number 9, the things that I got in there that just repeat themselves every so often, fucking go
every
off
so
like-
often, every fucking 2 seconds.
Yeah, every 5 minutes. It's just, we want to let our chatters know what's up. It reminds them to go to check out secondarmament.com. Check out the merch over there. Make sure you use code number 9 you get 10% off at checkout. Make sure you go to number9podcast.com/merch-store. Check out our merch that we have going. And then, if you want to send the 2 fatties a tip, we need to eat, go to streamelements.com/number9media/tip. And you can tip us right here live on the show. Any questions, Pat?
No. When you guys come to the fair, and you should come to the fair, again, Tom's going to give you the dates of the Harwinton Fair.
Yeah, they're that day and that date. It's September 30th and through October 2nd.
And he's also going to give you the dates of the Riverton Fair.
That's October 7th through the 9th.
So you guys should come out to these fairs. Second Armament has tons of sick-ass clothing, which is redonkulously comfortable. He's going to have a bunch of hats. Here's the thing. This just in. Breaking fucking news. Second Armament is now making the number 9 with Tommy clothing that you will be purchasing at the fair. It is made by Second Armament. It's the same super soft angel fucking quality t-shirts. We're going to have hats. We're going to have hoodies. He's going to have all kinds of clothing. It's going to be sweet. You can get on the podcast. You can be on audio. You can be on video. You can be on both. You can answer quiz questions. You can tell us your most embarrassing story. Tell us some sexual story. We want to hear it all. And we want to put it all on the podcast. We want you involved. Please come to the fair, get involved, and eat some fucking amazing food. Also, bring amazing food over to our stand.
Yes. I like apple crisps.
I like fucking anything.
Apple crisp, and I'm a sucker for fried dough.
Oh my god, fried dough's so fucking good.
Dude, this is the God's honest truth, and we gotta wrap this shit up because I gotta go to bed. It's late. But when I go down to Virginia, right? I haven't done this in a couple of years because of COVID and everything. But I would literally go to Busch Gardens with my parents just to get the $10 funnel cakes that they make, because you can get them with like apples and shit on them. Dude, with ice cream, they are so fucking good, dude. You know how Griff's mouths water whenever we say bird code?
Bird code.
My mouth is salivating to the thought of this fucking funnel cake. It's so fucking good. I'm so fat. But I really think I should treat myself sometime soon here. Bring myself down there and go get myself a funnel cake. So really, at the end of the day, it's really like a $80 funnel cake because you have to pay to get into the park.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, but it's worth the $80.
For the record, also on tap, Griff will be at one of the fair dates. I'm sure that the number 3 will be at one of the fair dates. I'm going to try, like the Dickens, to get Don Lindsay at one of the fair dates. Maybe we can talk Dip Dizzy Whizzle into coming to one of the fair dates. We're going to try to get as many people from this show to the fair as possible. Erica, Miss Elizabeth.
What the fuck happened to Dip Dizzy?
I don't know. Dip Dizzy ran into some personal shit. I know he still listens to the show.
We haven't
Second
heard
Armament
from-
said funnel cake is better than fried dough. Sue me. Whew, unpopular take.
I don't hate the take. They're
I
essentially
don't
the
like
same thing.
sweets.
Yeah, but they're essentially the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, both are in fact fried dough.
Yeah, one's with little like one's stringy and one's just a piece of fucking dough.
Yeah.
They're essentially the same thing. That's a dumb take. It's like liking the Backstreet Boys. It's like liking NSYNC and then going to see the Backstreet Boys because you think they're the same band.
I got news for you. As far as that goes, Second Armament, LFO, that song Summer Girls, best boy band song ever made. Because that motherfucker goes so hard about some corny ass shit. I fucking love it. It is hysterical to me. Second Armament said they're not the same thing. You shut your mouth, whore. Oh, you shut your whore mouth.
You shut your mouth, whore. You see how switching those two words around totally changes the dynamic of that statement?
I do.
So real quick, maybe we can cover this on the next show or next Wednesday or whatever fucking day we do it next week. Because apparently we're all over the place. Colin would like us to talk about this guy, Andrew King Tate. Have you heard of him?
No.
So he's a 4-time kickbox champion. He's a millionaire. He runs his own business. Colin says that among the kids today, he's very controversial, has a lot of crazy takes. He sent me about 4 or 5 TikToks on him last night. He doesn't seem like he has crazy takes at all. He said he had a crazy take on women, which the take that he sent me was if he was in a relationship with a woman or married to a woman, he would never cheat on her. That being said, that if he was an infidel, her being an infidel would be 100 times worse because when women have sex, it's emotion. They don't fuck guys that they don't like, and men will fuck pretty much anything that walks. I think
Man,
Colin,
I got to tell you, Colin, this is going to break your heart, but that is not his take on women. That is a fucking 100-year-old thing that dudes say all the time to justify why them cheating is not as bad as women cheating. Because just like the system is against the fucking black people, the system is against the women too. That is an age-old. That's the same thing as the master lock and the fucking shitty key, or the master key and the shitty lock, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
well, but at the same time, I don't hate the take. I don't hate it. I think that most women do, like, they're not going to fuck a guy that they don't either find attractive or like in some way. Where I know this from my own personal experience. When I was single, I would have fucked anything that walked.
I know. We saw what waddled through that door at Walmart that day.
You're a horrible person. Horrible
Tom,
fucking
I
person.
found out recently that the tongue of a blue whale weighs more than an elephant. And then I was thinking about your ex-girlfriend there, and I said, wow, you know what? She's not the size of a whale, but she is slightly bit bigger than the tongue. I know that. So I apologize to her. I overstated how big you were. You fucking massive gelatinous mass.
You're a fucking horrible person. I just want you to
That's fair.
I just want you to know that. I think you're a giant piece of shit. And Pat, I think it's time for us to get out of here. Pat, we had
Hold on. Go back. What does this guy do? This influencer that Colin wants us to research?
well, he was a 4-time kickbox champion. That's pretty. So this was a little tidbit that
You
Colin,
know who would be really interested in that? I mean, I'll look through it, and I'm glad to look at it.
Nobody?
I've been sending rap songs to Colin and Cole, and they're not giving me shit for feedback. But you know who would be super interested in the kickboxer?
Who?
Griff has a very unique opinion of shin kicks. He a lot of focus on the shins. So I'd be interested if he could look with us on that.
I'm very confused by this take.
Griff, after you listen to the show, my phone number is in your phone. Feel free to send me a message. I know that you're going to send that message all the way from Shin City, and let me know how you feel.
This is what Colin said. That's everything I got. He's a 4-time world kickbox champion. I believe his net worth is $250 million, but considers himself the world's first trillionaire because of his wealth, the young age and ability of himself, and that he is what he likes to call himself top G, which basically means a pimp or a baller. He has very harsh
Oh my
take
god,
on
is that
women.
what your son wrote?
Yes. He has a very
He
harsh.
explained what a fucking G is?
Yeah. Like I didn't know.
I love it.
He has a very harsh take on women. I don't think that's true. He loves Donald Trump. Great. He is actually somewhat a nice person if you look at his live streams with other people, popular creators, and above all, he's a marketing genius and basically took the whole of took a whole. I think it's supposed to say took a hold of TikTok. Well, that doesn't make him a marketing genius. That just makes him smart with social media. But anyway,
Oh, Colin, as soon as I get a fucking a report or feedback of some sort on the plethora of fucking music that I've sent him and Cole, I will look into Shin Kicks Magoo here.
Shin Kicks Magoo. I want to, as soon as we end the show, you're going to tell me what the Shin thing is with Griff, because he's working with me tomorrow. I'm going to fucking bust his balls.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Bright and early in the morning. Kick him below the belt, right in the shins.
The second armor said, ha 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 ha, I'm dead. I'm not sure what he's laughing about. Maybe it's the Shin thing. Maybe Nick knows something that I don't. Maybe
I believe that was in reference to the tongue of the blue whale.
I thought he was talking about how my kid had thought he had to explain to me what a G was. But anyway, a baller or a pimp.
The camera can't see you. You're on the other side of it.
Oh, we can see her in the reflection of Bret Hart's picture there.
You can't because it's angled fucking over there.
the one directly behind you.
Oh my god. Miss Elizabeth is downstairs in a
us.
striped towel looking like a sexy ass Johnny Cash song right now. You got stripes. Stripes curved around your butthole.
All right. Pat, number Niners.
Yeah.
We say good day.
I say good day.
All right, everybody on YouTube, Twitch, thanks for watching along. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Peace.